Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this. Don't you worry, your leaves won't grow the same, and people might forget your name. Doesn't matter if they do.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Realizing You with Pineapple Grenade by Robyn. It is truly a pleasure to be sitting here with this young lady who is always been inspiring in my eyes. She is a former co-worker, now my homie, and also a mother, wife, and now the business owner of For Your Sole Boot-ique. I want to welcome Miss Brittany Duffy. How are you?
I'm good, girl. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Brittany is actually living in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and as a business owner, she is doing great things. We are actually sitting in front of my rack of shoes because this girl has always had a love for shoes and has inspired me tremendously while we've worked alongside of each other. Aside from that, guys, she has always been driven to the point of no return, where she has been fluid in recruiting here recently. Along with that, she was doing some travel recruiting, and then now, boom, here's For Your Sole Boot-ique. Boutique is actually spelled B-O-O-T. Summer season. How you feeling about For Your Sole?
I'm feeling good. Of course, like with any business that's starting up, I've had my ups, my downs. I was like, I'm done with this, and then I was excited about it. So it's just something different every single day. But right now, I'm in my static phase. I love the spring and the summer. So we're about to start pumping things up. Everybody's starting to come outside more.
Yes.
I'm about to start making more appearances. So I'm excited about that and just getting the new vacation styles in and all that good stuff.
So you guys can see how well-to-do Brittany is because of the flair that she brings on a regular basis. She's always smiling from ear to ear, and that in itself is influential and inspiring. Can you tell us a little bit about the timeline leading up to this point? What kind of inspired the idea of For Your Sole Boot-ique?
Okay, so one thing about me is I have worked quite a few jobs. I worked with Robyn, like she said before, and it's just changing. You know, millennials aren't staying in the same place as long. We're starting to know our worth a little bit more. And, you know, just going from corporate jobs, when I worked with Robyn, I got hassled all the time because I was breastfeeding.
Yes.
Honey, our boss would come around looking for me, like, where's she at? You know, waiting for me as soon as I came out the breastfeeding room. So, you know, just as the years came by, my husband fell sick. I took care of him for a little bit, jumped back into work, having these babies, and the jobs changed. There's no loyalty. And I was just thinking, like, how can I be loyal to myself? How can I put myself in a position that if they decide one day we're done, the position has been terminated, there's no job for you here, there's no more money, anything like that, I want to be able to back myself up. So with For Your Sole Boot-ique, I had been thinking for quite some time. I've always been a hustler, Postmates, DoorDash, Mary Kay, Avon. Honey, I done sold it all. Okay. So I knew that I was always great with customer service. I love to sell things. And I was always talking to my husband, like, what am I good at? I can't rap. He's an artist. I can't dance. You know, I don't do arts and crafts. I don't do any of that. So I was like, man, what am I good at? Like, I feel like I'm not good at anything. And I knew that customer service was one thing that I'm good at. I'm personable. I've traveled a lot of places. I'm not afraid to talk to people. So I was like, if I can do customer service and figure out what I really love, which is fashion, shoes, different things like that, then maybe I can figure out how I can profit off of, you know, what I'm good at, which is customer service. and I thought I was gonna open my own recruiting consulting agency.
Wow.
No.
Ain't for me, bro.
Yeah, so this is more fun. I told my husband, I was like, you know what? I think I want to open up a boutique. You don't have to have tons and tons of money to get it started.
Yes.
You just have to know what you like, know what you love, know what you want, and have a plan. Me, I'm not organized. I didn't really have a plan. I was like, I'm just gonna start this thing. I created an EIN. Right. So I created an EIN in January 2019, 2020, right before the pandemic started. So the time is just like flowing by. So
congrats on your year plus. Yes.
Right. It's almost a year. So the EIN, I created it. I had my name thought up. And I was like, I'm just going to put this in. Sat on it a couple months. March came around and people started losing jobs. We really didn't know what was going on, like with the world and if it was going to close or not. So I was like, maybe I need to go ahead and get this started. Just kept sitting on it. So in the upcoming months, my job told me like, hey, we're not going to be bringing you back after the summer. So I was like, okay, it's time to put a deadline on it because I'm about to get a couple more checks. I'm calculating these checks and payments and all this stuff. So I was like, all right, I got to put a deadline on it. I'm going to open my boutique in June. That was going to be my birthday gift to myself. So I launched it before my job terminated me. I was able to use some of that money to do the startup of my business. Get boxes, shipping labels, printer, just, little basic stuff that you have to have on office. So I got all that stuff. I launched in June, and my husband pushed me because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Went and got my business license. I was like, it's real now. I'm paying for this stuff. I got to get started. So June, I got my business license on June 15th, and I launched like the next day. So I was like, all right, it's a wrap. The website was done. I was already working on it, playing around. Still not perfect. I don't think it's perfect yet, but when you're dealing with not having a job and working with kids, you got to do what you can do. So I created my website by myself. My husband helps me with graphics. That's like my silent business partner. And every time I ask him something, he's like, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm like, you a silent business partner. I'll pay you later. You know what I'm saying? But yes, that's pretty much how it all went down. I just really didn't think I had any physical talents, like, making crafts or anything like that. So I wanted to think about the things that were a good characteristic of mine, which was talking to people and customer service and the love of shoes. So that's where it all began.
Well, Brittany, since the very, very beginning, you had me hooked to you with your zeal and just your gift for gab and also your fashion trends. Y'all, Brittany is about this big, okay? But she is so cute. And to elevate herself, I'll go ahead and say that because she is kind of small. She does wear an assortment of heels that I've always admired. We're in the springtime, guys, and she has styles inclusive of spring over into summer already available for you to wear. Can you talk to us a little bit about what inspires the shoes that you post on your website?
Okay. Every shoe that I pick is personal for me, are styles that I physically love. And I know people are like, you need to know your audience, you need to know what other people are wearing and different style trends. And people are sending me shoes and sandals and stuff all day. I'm like, honey, I'm not about to buy that shoe. And the reason is because I want to sell stuff that I love and stuff that I'm passionate about. If I have a shoe that I do not like, I'm not about to be posting it or wearing it or taking pictures in it. I want to be physically attracted to everything that I pick out from my store. So I love a lot of bling. If you see my shoes and my sandals, bling all in them. I love a skinny stiletto heel. I can't walk in them anymore, but I try.
What, Brittany? You? Oh my gosh.
But yes, I have to be physically like just attracted to whatever that I pick out. And like I said, a lot of people are sending me styles my way, and I'm like, I'm checking it out, and I'll look at it and like, do I really love it? You gotta love something to sell it. Okay.
Yes.
So anything that's on my website is something that I fell in love with. I have an idea of what kind of outfit I'm gonna wear, and I can picture other girls in it. And it's just everything's handpicked by me. I did let one of my friends and brand ambassador pick out my most recent shoe, and that was kind of our first collaboration, and we can go into that a little bit later.
Yes. So I did want to talk about the developments. We are actually at the point of Brittany actually being in business for a little over a year that we just discussed. We also discussed the dynamic between she and her husband, which they are hilarious and loving. She is always at his side, fully supportive, and I'm glad that he is standing at her side as the silent partner. Can you tell me a little bit as far as your day-to-day? Are your boys, because she does have 3 boys, are your boys truly inspired about what's happening around the house, inclusive of both you and your husband working in tandem, but probably on different schedules because of his rap career?
Yes. So lots of things going on in this house, honey. We are all virtual, and all 3 children.
Oh my
husband's in the living room. I'm in the kitchen working with the kids. I got another kid upstairs, and we're always working on something. So I'm either in here packing boxes, and the kids are like, "Is that for your store?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he was like, "Well, how come they don't have to go to the store to get the shoes?" And I'm like, "Because we are the store. We're the store.
Yes.
Mama's the store." And it's from the house, and I have to educate them on how like e-commerce is coming up. A lot of stores right now are not being successful, like their Toys R Us and different places like that. So online is a thing. You can pick up your phone and click a picture and you can buy whatever you want.
Exactly.
So one thing that we do try to teach them is not just entrepreneurship, but just to do something. Okay, they have to get up and do something, and they see, their dad working on the podcast. They have aspirations to start their own YouTube channels. We already have all 3 of their graphics made. They all have different things that they're interested in. It's all gaming, anime, and different things like that. So they're interested in entertaining as well, potting or vlogging as well. So we're about to get them started on that. Hopefully in the summer we'll have more time to focus, because right now the day-to-day is I'm working my job, packing shoes. I try to make either Friday or Saturday is date night. Me and my husband have truly been trying to get back into dating because, of course, in the past, he's been sick and busy, different schedules. So dating is starting to be very important to us. So we're trying to make sure they seeing the bond between us and just having family day on Sundays. So we're very busy. They have their own ideas. They're very, very vocal about what they want.
Yes.
So for example, the husband makes the graphics, and they're like, can you change that? I want my character or whatever they have to look like this, and I want this music playing. They know exactly what they want, so we're ready to go ahead and start getting them started as well. So they're staying busy. We're all just busy and doing something in this in the house now.
I'm so excited for these generations to come, because building self-sufficiency, your own awareness to that, along with building your inheritance and your legacy, it's becoming more and more needed as we go forth in this earth. So kudos to you and your husband as parents. I wanted to address, with you having a background in recruiting, are there some insights that you can share about brand ambassadorship and how you're involved in the selection process and what's to come?
Okay, so brand ambassadors, I had recently picked up my first brand ambassador. She is a friend of mine. We haven't known each other for very long, but time doesn't determine, somebody's loyalty or somebody's character.
Yes.
So just talking to her, she was like, I want to be an influencer. I want to do fashion and travel. And I have other friends that do it as well, but to have somebody believe in you when you're starting out, I think is very important. I had people believe in me when I was younger, and when I was doing different activities, and they're like, all right, I know you're not experienced in this, but I'm gonna give you a chance. So that's what we kind of did. She's, started her personal blog, her Instagram blog recently this year. I partnered with her. I was like, I think you'll be great wearing my shoes. I'll give you a coupon code that you can have. So what I'm looking for now is different variety of models. I don't want to keep them all in the same place. The brand ambassador I have now, her name is Ty. She does live in Nashville, and we went to college together. But I want to get people from further away. It's easy to sell shoes in your hometown, but to get your name out there in different states and different countries is harder to do. So I think it's important for me, as I'm selecting my talent, somebody that has tons of followers. They don't even have to have a ton of followers, just to be consistent on their social media. If you're posting every day, you're looking nice and clean, you have style, a sense of style, I'm looking at you. If you're consistent, I'm gonna look at you. And it's just like with me, you have to be consistent, you have to have a flair about you, something that sticks out. So I think that was important for me, and going forward, looking for other brand ambassadors.
Well, I'm glad you shared that piece, because everybody, I am an honorary brand ambassador for Brittany, and Brittany is actually going to drop 20% off all of your purchases if you watch this video and purchase from her. So be on the lookout for the pineapple grenade brand ambassador discount from Brittany Duffy and For Your Sole Boutique. We're very, very excited for you. I still want my 11s, okay? I still need my 11s. What I'm talking about, guys, is my 11s. They are 11, size 11s. As Brittany has started to expand, she is going to expand sizes over into the larger frame, fitting my foot, along with my fellow ladies who have a bigger foot. So be on the lookout, and you can buy from her 20% off using my code. Excuse me. What an exciting time it is. I wanted to go into next. What is the goal that you aspire for people to see going forward for your business?
All right, so one thing from my business is to just have a good relationship with people. I want to be somebody that's quick. I pride myself on having the quickest shipping. I usually process that day and I get my order sent out. I try to use UPS, which is a 2-day, but people pay maybe a couple of cents or $1 more, but they're getting their stuff the same week they order. So that excites me, because I'm like, girl, you got your package already? So I pride myself on that. I want to stay consistent with, being responsive, really quick. I want to also stay in a position where I can ship my items out quickly. If I expand, I want to have a team that's going to get this stuff out quick. I want orders to be processed within 24 hours. On my website, it says 5 business days, but I've been working hard to keep that number way below 5 business days.
Okay. Come on, service level agreement.
So just keeping that consistent, the customer service, the shipping, I think is very, very important to me. But as I grow, I hope to be able to be mobile. I don't want to right now have a brick and mortar, but maybe a vehicle where I can go around and do pop-up shops, or just a store area, like, your favorite food truck is always in the same spot every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I want to be in that same spot. They're like, girl, I got to go get my shoes.
Yes, come get your shoes.
So, and then I can just take my little RV or my little truck wherever I want to go. When I pull up, be at the nail salons or the beauty salon. And it's kind of like back in the day when they had the boosters pull up. I'm not a booster, my stuff's all legit. But I want to be able to be available, and it doesn't have to be huge right now. If it's just Nashville, or if it's, Bowling Green, Kentucky, or, the surrounding areas, I'm going to come pull up at the event and just make it an experience, make it a fun experience. You can just grab your stuff, one-stop shop, and go.
So that brings us to a good point. As far as you building a team, is there a culture that you'd like to have amongst your teammates?
So one thing about me is I'm from a very diverse background. It doesn't have to be an all Black business. I want to be able to have people on my team that is gonna care about it as much as I do. I know when I work a job, I'm loyal to it. I care about it. It's my baby. And I want somebody to just, love, respect, and build a rapport for my business as well. So somebody has that kind of energy. They believe in me. I'm gonna believe in them, and we can just build and grow together.
Well, I'm glad you said that because business owners are always looking for support, guys. So it's going to be very, very humbling for Brittany having you come and just inquire about the business. It is steadily rising. I have watched her since day one, just being true and faithful to everything that she is involved in, inclusive of her family, along with her jobs that she's held, and For Your Sole Boot-ique. Even when she didn't have all of the supporters that she has today, she stayed zealous and she stayed tactful and just full of tenacity. And I'm so thankful that we have reached this point with you, Brittany. I wanted to address one more thing with you in regards to the style shoes that you have on board for the spring and the summer. We haven't covered boots. But can you talk to us about what items are hot right now on your website?
Okay, so one thing that I've been trying to do is have 1 to 2 accessory items. So as we're moving into the warmer weather, I'm going to have some accessories. I want to drop what it is, but of course it's going to be something that relates to shoes and maybe some fashion type of things. Not clothes, don't want to deal with that yet, but some type of accessory that's going to be popping with your sandals.
Some bling.
Some kind of bling. We gotta make it pop. The outfits pop. So I'm gonna be definitely bringing accessories on board. So I'm excited about that. I like the trends now that are multicolored, the neon. So last season I loved my bling, but I think this year is gonna be we popping colors: oranges, pinks, yellows, greens. Denim is starting to come back around again. I think I might go the denim route, maybe get some denim heels, but those are the rising trends that I'm seeing. Multicolored shoes, having, the color block. So lots of good, fun, exciting colors for the season. So I'm excited about that.
Yes, one of my favorites right now, guys, is the tied up, or what do you call it? Tied up? Is it called?
Tied up heels. And they're named after the brand ambassador, Ty.
Okay, perfect. So they are lime green, guys. And just before we got started tonight, Brittany and I were talking about vacation season. So you guys, please make her sell out this week. And remember, we're going to go ahead and post that discount code for you to get 20% off of For Your Sole Boot-ique items. I do want to talk about upcoming months and the products that you're going to have out there. So very, very distinct for me is the name For Your Sole Boot-ique. And sole is spelled like the bottom of your foot. But boots, are they an inspiration to you day to day?
Boots are an inspiration to me day to day. And I've been thinking, are women still wearing boots in the summertime with their little tiny shorts?
I do.
Bring them back. So I've been thinking about that. But one thing that I've really been trying to work on is the wide calf boots, the wide thigh boots, because I am curvy figured. I don't want to get stuff that don't fit me. I want to be able to wear it. I want to feel it. I want to see if it stretches. So that is what I've been working on, is just to try to find those boots that can fit full-figured women, people with thick thighs, thick ankles. I have ankles, y'all. I can't wear a lot of ankle shoes or booties. So, I'm working hard. I have to try them and get them mailed to me, see if they fit right. If they don't, it's kind of like, let's send this back. I want this to fit everybody. So, a little bit.
You know what's crazy about what you said, Brittany, is that there are probably so many instances where women are deterred from buying certain shoes, and there are reasons that we can talk about. Like she said, maybe having oversized ankles. Well, I'm on the lower end of plus size, and I've got huge calves. Then I prefer wearing booties. But another thing that I wanted to just put in there is that the boots any time of the year are my favorite thing, and especially the ones that have the screens. I'm sure you've seen several times where I wear like pointed toe shoes and they have like the outsides carved out. Please go ahead and select those. Please go ahead and select those. Yes, ma'am. I need the toes done.
So you can have some breathing room.
Yes, I got like 2 pair in there, but I can't wait for you to release them. So
yes. I'm definitely working with the boots. I just want them to be available and wearable for everybody.
Yes. So can you tell us about your pricing? Do you feel like you're in an affordable range?
Definitely an affordable range. Right now, I haven't had anything over $50.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really good. I try to keep my sandals between the $15 range and $30 range.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty affordable. I've also added Afterpay. So if you can pay every 2 weeks,
tap. Hey.
Yeah. Honey, I was practicing with Afterpay and Sezzle and all that, just ordering little things. I would order like one little item just to see how it works, how fast the stuff comes. So with Afterpay, you get all your whole order before you even pay the full price. It's gonna come out eventually. Don't try to run off on the plug, but it makes it easy if you want to go somewhere. So for example, I had a trip to Las Vegas. I did Afterpay or 2 to get some outfits, and it really was helpful. I was able to look cute. It's still getting paid. It might take another month to pay everything off.
That's true. Yeah.
Falling on a budget. But I do have that option. I think it's pretty flexible for everybody to use. Afterpay is easy to use. And I try to keep it pretty low so you won't pay anything over $20 unless you're buying a bundle of shoes.
So you're getting ready to embark on a new season, friend. And we're talking about you developing full force, you're expanding. What are your collaborations that you have coming up, or any events that we should expect seeing from you?
Perfect. A couple of things that I'm doing, like I said, I'm adding the brand ambassadors. I am pretty much on a search for that. I'm not posting it out anywhere, but I'm looking at what people have on. I'm looking at how often they post and different things like that. So that right now is my main focus, is just to add somebody in a different region, whether it's the LA area, Arizona, Miami. So that's my biggest goal right now. As far as collaborations, I've collaborated with Ty, the brand ambassador, which is my first big collaboration. So what we did when she came on board, I was like, Ty, I want you to be involved. If you're going to be my brand ambassador, I at least want you to have something that you really love. Like I said, when I sell something, I'm passionate about it. I love it, feel it. It feels good on. So we went through a couple of different shoes. I sent her some cute ones. I was like, kind of interviewed her. What's your style? What colors do you like? What kind of heel do you like? And she was like, oh, I love me a skinny stiletto. I like the bright colors. And I was like, all right, I'm going to send you a couple of styles. She went through them. It took her a couple of days, and she was like, all right, this is the shoe. That's the shoe. That's the shoe. So we worked together, and then I was like, I would love to name this shoe after her. Since it's, our first partnership, we collaborated on picking it out together. So I went through all these names like Tie. And of course they laced up, so that kind of made it easy. I was like, oh, tied up would be cute. So that was my first collaboration. She's been posting frequently on that. So if you want to, guys, please follow her. It's Miss T Lee on Instagram, MSTLEIGH.
We'll make sure we drop it.
Yeah, so we'll drop that there. But that was my first collaboration. I've also collaborated with the Bracket Podcast, which is my husband's podcast. I've been doing interviews with them. I've been helping him out on the sidelines as well. He promotes my business on his show and different things like that. So right now, those are my 2 collaborations. I like to keep it close to home just because it's people that I trust, people that I love. And soon I expect to collaborate more. It's hard to trust people right now. Money being so tight, the pandemic, and it's just kind of hard to really trust your business in somebody else's hands. So I'm trying to free myself a little bit and be a little bit more flexible to that. But upcoming seasons, pop-up shops, there's tons of pop-up shops coming up. I haven't registered for anything, but that's what I plan on doing all summer. I want to be outside in the parks and stuff like that. So pop-up shops once a month, and of course you'll see me post them. If you follow my Instagram and Facebook page, For Your Sole, I will be popping and posting all those events up as well.
All right, we'll go ahead and drop your handles here just to make sure. And I want to welcome you to the Dallas area for any pop-up shops. I will be on the lookout for you some, so you can get down here and travel, and we can go ahead and showcase all of your products. We are so excited about this transition. As far as what it took from you to start this business, is there anything significant that we need to know about as far as your life and what, I guess, triggered you changing over into entrepreneurship?
So the triggering point was, just thinking about how people are losing their jobs every day, like I had mentioned before. But of course, when my job was like, hey, you're good now, but until summertime, nothing that we can do. Your position is being closed due to COVID. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I really have to get this out the way because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if people are hiring. I don't know if I want to be walking up in different buildings, interviewing, and different things like that. So I thought it was very important to do something on my own. I thought it was very important. You follow my page, you know that my mother has been battling cancer. We found that out a month before the pandemic hit Nashville. And I wanted to do something to say, like, I'm proud of you, Brittany. I know you're out here. I also wanted to be able to be flexible. I didn't want to be confined to a 9-to-5 going in the office. If she ever needed anything, I thought it was very important for me to have some type of flexibility to do that. So being able to do this, it's been paying my bills. It's been allowing me the flexibility. Like I said, I am still working a job. I'm work from home, but in the case that they say, hey, it's a wrap for your position or anything like that, I have this to fall back on and be flexible with. So I think those were the two main things that pushed me, is just losing the job and, mom being able to call on me if she ever needed anything. So.
Yes. As you're trailing through your day-to-day, is there any mantra that you give yourself just regularly that you can inspire young women to act now with?
So I don't really have a mantra, but I just want women to think about that there's opportunities out there. Right now, everybody's looking for a Black business to support. Do it right now. Even if it's small. When I started, I was like, I don't have that much money. I'm gonna drop these 3 pairs of shoes I think I had. I added a couple more during that season. Even if you have one good thing that's amazing and everybody loves it, push it. Just push it. I had my pixie dust slides that I was selling last summer. Everybody loved them shoes. My high heels really weren't selling that good then until it got later on in the season. But everybody loved my little glittery slides, and I was pushing them things. I was like, man, I gotta restock now.
Yes, you were, baby. Baby, you were hustling. You were hustling.
So, even if you got to start small, 1 or 2 items, just do it. Push yourself, believe in yourself. And I think that's one of the biggest things for me. And I think that's why people are excited to support me, is I believe in my business. I'm excited about it. I try to get other people excited about it. But don't be hard on yourself. It's going to be mistakes. I made a few mistakes. But there's going to be hard times. It's going to be financial problems, but try to push through it. Try to just make plan A, plan B, plan C, and figure it out. But for somebody to take, just one of my thoughts with them is start now. Go ahead and do it now. There's a way you can get started with a little bit of money. Just figure it out and start pushing. You can grow with the business. It don't have to be a full-on storefront as soon as you think about your idea. Start little and grow with it. It's like your baby. Y'all growing up together.
And I can attest with what Brittany is saying is that a lot of times we procrastinate for the fear that we have for the involvement of business. Owning a business, it does take perseverance. It does take the willingness to endure a lot. It does take, opportunities for you to see yourself over and over and how you behave. Along with that, it gives you an opportunity to let your guard down and be free in your creative niche. So one thing that I'm inspired by way of Brittany and the For Your Sole Boutique is that she continues to live in color, and I see her working this business herself day to day, and that's why I continue to share what she does. She is definitely living in color by making sure that she's happy on every front when she is sharing her posts, and she's never nasty. And I'm so thankful about that, because in the midst of the pandemic that all of us have been experiencing, there could have been times where she decided not to be her best self, and she's truly still Brittany Duffy. So thank you again for living in color. Thank you for being a light. Along with that, thank you for sharing your story on Realizing You. And I want people to go ahead and pay attention to the handles. Continue to follow us on all social media handles at thepineapplegrenade.com. Along with that, IG, Pineapple Grenade by Robyn. Also, Pineapple Grenade by Robyn on YouTube and on Facebook. We're going to ask that you follow Brittany on For Your Sole Boutique, shopforyoursoul.com, and then you can follow her on everything. I hope that we can have you back for an update, Brittany. If there's not anything else, guys, I'm sending virtual hugs to Brittany, my friend, and y'all have a great night.
Thank you, Robyn.
Thank you.
Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this.
Don't you worry, two leaves won't grow the same, and people might forget your name. Doesn't matter if they do.